Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to another 1 hour crafty series. Today I have a super adorable project for you. So let's take a look. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a new fun adorable project. So today we're going to be working with the Fun Fair collection, one of my mini kits for June, and I just really love how this turned out. So before I go into the project, let me first thank the sponsor for today's video, which is the Coldest Water. The Coldest Water bottle has a variety of different colors and sizes to fit any of your style. It also keeps your water fresh and cold for the whole day. So make sure that you check my discount code on the description box down below. And thank you again to the Coldest Water for sponsoring this video. So the project for today is this adorable little folio. So this measures 9 by 6 and it has a 1.5-inch spine, and the collection is just absolutely adorable. I have this spinning feature here on the front. I love this little carousel paper, the flowers, all of that comes on your kit as well. And then here we have another movable little piece. So let me go through what comes on the kit. So this kit comes with an embossing folder, your beautiful flowers, and of course this adorable paper collection, which I think is so cute and so happy. And then also you are gonna get 2 chipboard pieces for the binding. Let's go ahead and make this together. So your kit is also going to include a PDF cutting guide for this project, but I will also have the PDF cutting guide as a separate standalone on my website. So as you can see, I joined 2 pieces of my cardstock together, and now I'm just going to add my chipboard pieces. The chipboard pieces measure 9 by 6.5, and the small piece is 9 by 1.5. So this little folio is going to be quite easy to make, but also super fun. So again, the PDF instructions are on my website, and I appreciate you guys so much for supporting my channel, purchasing the kits or the PDF, since these videos do take quite a long time to make. You can see me here using this corner trimming tool, and these are produced by my dear friend Darlene. So again, I will have a link to that little tool on my description box below. So I'm just going to continue wrapping around the book. Okay, so we have our base ready, and I think this book is going to be all about the cover. I have some ideas for that. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use some of the designs here. I'm going to be using this page to make a carousel, and then some of the cut parts here for the front cover as well. So this smaller circle die is gonna frame these little guys in there. And so then for the main cover design, I'm going to be using this page. So I am just going to cut this down to 6.25 like that, and then this is going to be here on the front. Now I'm going to reduce this a bit, and I'm going to use my circle as a guide. I think I'm going to use the larger circle here, and then I'm just going to cut this somewhere over here. So let me put this to the side, and I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to use this other design, so also I'm going to cut this at 6, and then I'm going to cut these to 3 inches. Okay, and I'm going to need 2 of those, And then I am going to use this for the back. So I'm just gonna cut this also a 6¼ by 6. Okay, and now we are going to start with the back. So I'm going to glue first the small piece, and then we're gonna glue the flowers. Okay, so let's add this piece right here, and then I'm going to do these flowers right on top. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to put this aside and play with this a little bit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is use my die, and I have 2 here. I think I'm gonna go for the bigger one. Okay, I want to make sure I have the 3 horses and then just a little bit more room. So let's see, I think I'm gonna cut these right here like that. So I'm just going to reduce. I'm gonna try not to break the horses. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these here using my Dream Cut machine, and you can find this machine at Little Birdie Crafts. I'm gonna leave a link below. Okay, so now we're just gonna pass these through. Okay, and then I am going to do that little opening for the small circle. So let's see if, okay, here it is. So I'm going to do a small opening here on one side. So I want to make sure I don't get the horses. So maybe here, maybe here. Okay, I'm just gonna put it on this side. And actually, before I cut this again, I'm going to cut another circle on my heavyweight cardstock. That way these could be a little bit stronger. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut these and then bring it back out. Okay, and here we go. That way we can just do the opening all at once. Okay, so I'm going to glue them together. I'm just going to add my glue and add this. And this circle is about 5¼ if you're wondering what the size of this die is. Okay, so I'm gonna glue them together, and then I'm going to do the opening on one side just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna pass these. Okay. And so let's take this out. Perfect. Okay, so then I'm going to cut this image here. You can use any image that you like, but I think I like these 2 little bunnies. And I'm going to cut the circle right there. I'm also going to cut 3 white circles. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut. Okay, so here I have my 3 white circles, and I went ahead and cut these little guys here. They're so cute, and that's just the extra from there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a hole on the center of the wheel, and I'm going to add a brat. Okay, but I want this piece to kind of be a little bit higher up, so I'll show you here what I'm gonna do. Hold on, let me grab my tool. So you want to just poke a hole here on the center. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of my heavyweight cardstock, and I'm going to add 2 or 3 pieces just to add a tiny bit of volume back here. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some glue. Right, here we go. I'm gonna put that right where we poke the hole. Okay, so I'm going to layer these pieces. So I'm going to do 2 first and wait for this to dry, and then we're going to poke the hole right here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to do the last one. Okay, so this is gonna help your wheel spin better and kind of reduce the friction. Okay, so I'm just going to poke the hole here one more time. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to place that here, and we want to make sure that it's on the center. And now we're going to poke the hole right there again, and we are going to add the brad. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this to the back, and here we go. Okay, so now we just want to secure that with some tape. Okay, and then this is going to go here. I'm not gonna glue this yet. I am going to work with this other piece. So this is gonna go on the bottom, but I also want to add a fun element there. So I was thinking on doing, there was this piece here with the cards, or we can even use this element here with this other fun wheel. So maybe I'll use this one. So what I'm going to do is just cut around this. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this cute little element. Okay, so take all of that out. Okay, and I think this goes like this. Okay, and then I'm going to back this up on some cardstock, and I am also going to use a brad to add movement. Okay, so we are going to, I'm just going to put this here together and add my brad right here. Okay, right on the center, and then I'm going to add this piece, and then add my tape here on the back, and just like that. So now we have the wheel, and then we have this cute little, I think it's just the Ferris wheel. And okay, so I'm gonna glue this first. So just take out the tape and glue this section. Okay, so I'm gonna glue that right there. Okay, just a fun little feature, and then we're gonna glue this whole thing. Remove that. And we are going to add this piece. I'm trying to think which way. I don't think it matters actually, but here we go. Let's just add that right there. Okay, and then you can see that this is going to spin around, and now we are going to place this like that, and I'm going to add these cute little bunnies on the inside. Okay, so I'm gonna add my glue. Make sure that you glue the sides really good. Okay, so that's gonna go right in there. Okay, and you will see that your wheel is lift up, so it's not, see how there's a little bit of room in there, so it can spin easily. Now I'm going to spin this just a little bit until we cover the whole circle, and then I'm going to add another one of my circles. And then on these white circles you will put a little picture, and I think that will be fun to have these cute pictures on the cover. You could also put a picture there, I just didn't want to have a white space. And then I'm just going to spin that around, and another circle here. Okay, then we're going to spin that one more time, add another circle right here, and then I'm going to spin that around, and I think I have enough room to add one more circle here. We are just going to add that one right in there. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to that section with the bunnies, but of course you can add here all your fun pictures. Isn't this super cute? And then I'm going to embellish my carousel with my flowers. So I went ahead and cut this little guy here, and I'm going to add him right on the wheel because it's kind of like, so I went ahead and cut this little guy, and I also backed them on some heavyweight cardstock, and I'm going to add some chipboard on the back to give him a little bit of volume so he can stand out. And so what I want to do with him is kind of make him look like he's standing outside of the of the carousel, eating his cotton candy. So we're just gonna add 2 pieces, okay, and that way he's gonna be raised up, and I want to put him right here without covering any of the horses. So I'm just gonna add my glue, and I want to make sure this is straight. Okay, so he's also going to be an indication on, you know, when the wheel is back to place. So that is where he's gonna go, and then this is gonna spin around, of course, and then back to place right there. And then here for the corner you can either add a name, a date, or you can add one of the images here, and I think this one is super cute. And then I am also going to add some chipboard on the back to give this a little bit of volume. So I'm going to add these 2 pieces. Okay, 1 and 2. Just right there. Over here. And then we are going to add these right on the corner. So I'm going to add my glue, and then we're just gonna place this right here. So that is gonna be the cover. I think this has a lot of different elements, and it's just gonna be super fun to play with. And now let's go ahead and work on the inside. I found this ribbon today at Joann's, and I think it's gonna go with this collection. Look at this, so pretty. I think this will make a beautiful closure. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces, maybe, let's see, probably this long. If I need to trim it, I will. And I'm going to cut 2. Okay, so I just love the material. It kind of looks corrugated. And so this is called Black Label, and yeah, I think that's how it looks like at Joann's. And so I'm going to just glue here. I'm using fabric glue, so I'm gonna add 1 on each side, and then I'm going to add just a little tape to secure this in place. Okay, so another piece of tape here. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm gonna put this to the side and we're gonna work on the layout. So I'm going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 11, and I am going to score this piece at 5 3/4 and at 6 inches. Okay, and then we are going to fold along the score lines here. Okay, and then I am going to use 6 pieces of 8.5 by 5.5, and again I will have all of these measurements on the PDF as well. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8.5 inch side here. So I'm just going a little quick since I don't want this video to be super long. So you are going to do the same for all of these 6 pieces. So then we are going to glue these pieces on the inside. Okay, so we have the 5 3/4 inch side that's gonna be on the bottom, and then the smaller one is gonna come on top. And I'm going to glue 1 along the top right here. Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 more. Okay, so also along the top. Okay, just right here. And then we are going to add 1 more. So there's gonna be 3 on each side. Okay, so we're gonna put this one right there. And then I'm going to open this up, and we're going to do the other 3 here on the bottom. Okay, so we're just gonna add 1, press down, there we go, 2, add this one right here, press down, and then this last one. Okay, so we're gonna put that one right in here, and I'm just gonna press down. And so then we're going to close the bottom, the top, and then we're just going to close it all the way like that. And then this is going to be your closure here on the side. And then I'm going to use this piece here, and I'm going to cut these at 4 3/4, and we can go ahead and glue this piece right there. So then I'm going to cut a piece of 4.5 by 8.5, and then we are going to score at 3.5 and at 3 3/4, and we are just going to fold along the score lines right here, and then we are going to add these two pieces onto our book. So first I'm going to glue this other piece on this side here. Okay, so we're just going to glue that right there, and then I'm going to bring my book back here, and then we are going to open this up. And first I'm going to glue this piece, so I am going to place this one on the right side. So you just want to add your glue right there, and then we are going to glue this down. Right. Now I'm going to open that up, and we're going to remove the tape, and now we're going to glue this other piece. So I'm going to add some more of my fabric glue. Okay, and then we're just going to glue this whole piece. Okay, and I'm just going to add this on the right side. Okay, so we're going to put that right there. There you go. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add a magnet here that's going to keep this section closed. So I'm going to just take two of my strong magnets here. So I'm going to put one right in there, maybe more this way. And I'm going to add my glue. And these magnets are 8 by 2 millimeters, so they are smaller, but they're really strong. Okay, so I'm going to add tape, and then we're going to close this section right there. Okay, so that's going to be your side A, and now let's go ahead and work on the other side. Okay, so for the other side, I'm going to start with one piece of 6.25 by 8.5, and then we are going to need two pieces of 5.25 by 8.5, and we are going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, and then same thing for the other one, 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And then I am going to use 6 pieces of 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm just going to score these pieces at 1/2 inch as well. And I'm going to start with the first two pieces. We're just going to fold both sides or both score lines. Okay, and then we're going to glue one on each side. Okay, so I'm just going to add one here, press down, and I'm going to open that up, and we're going to add the second one on the other side. Okay, so we are just going to put this one right here and press down. Then we're going to open that up as well, and now we're gonna add these pieces, and I want these pieces to be like a booklet, so we're just going to add all of them here. So I'm going to add them on the left side. Okay, so here we go. One. Okay. So here we go, we have our booklets, and then I am going to add the closure for this section. So first I'm going to use this piece here, and I'm going to cut this at 4 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this one on this side. Okay, so we're just gonna put that one right there. Okay, and then I'm going to use my cut apart. So I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to cut, let's see, I think I want to do the ones here on the center. So I'm just gonna take them out like that. Okay, so we have these two, and then I'm going to cut this. Okay, so we have those. This one. Okay, so here I have these 3 images that I want to use, and I'm going to put a magnet on the back on the right side. Okay, so I'm just going to add a magnet right there, and then I'm gonna glue this down on some cardstock. Okay, so now I'm just gonna glue the whole thing right here. Okay, and then we're going to trim around. And then we're going to glue them in place. So we're just going to glue this left side right here. Okay, same thing with this one. I'm gonna glue that one right there. And then this other one, we're gonna glue that one right here. And then I'm just gonna open this up so I can press down, and then we're going to add the 3 magnets, okay, with the tape facing up. Okay, so we're just gonna do 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little glue. Okay, and we're going to close this right here like this. Okay, and then just press down, and then we're going to open this up, and then here we have the location of the magnets, and then we are going to add the other piece here. Okay, so this one, I'm just gonna do the whole thing down here. So now we're going to add it into our book. So I'm just going to glue this whole thing right here. And oh, I forgot about my glue, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of fabric glue here, and then we are going to add this section, and then with the rest of these elements I'm just gonna create little mini booklets. So I think I'm just gonna cut them out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just use my cardstock And I'm going to just kind of score this at some point, maybe here at 3 inches. Okay, and then that way I can do some little booklets. And I'm going to fold this along the score line right there. And then I'm going to, let's see here, I'm going to add this one right there. And again, I'm going to add some magnets behind this before we glue it down. So I'm going to put one right here, and then I'm going to glue this. So then we can just cut these out here and here. So same thing with this one. I'm just gonna cut this one right here. And then we can add the other magnet on the back, just like that. Okay. And then we can go ahead and add these pieces onto this side. So there you go, we are done with our cute little folio. I hope that you guys enjoy this project. I went ahead and added some flowers along the top, and so I'm going to continue embellishing the insides a little bit more, and then I'm going to do a final review. I hope that you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Again, this adorable kit is available on my website, and then I do also have the PDF instructions on my website as well. And I hope that you guys are having a beautiful crafty weekend already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.